Welcome back. Well, let's get straight to the markets now, starting with the local bourse and Africa. At this point, we see the NGX marginally up 0.07% intraday, so it's still looking positive. Maybe we might actually get to that 100,000 level to start the week. That wouldn't be bad at all, depending on how the bulls can, take the market up. For the Nairobi, that's South Africa, 87,168 points, 0.18%. A more convincing move up. Let's look at other markets we track in Africa. We see for North Africa, the EGX 30 marginally down by 0.09% at 30,785 points. Then the Nairobi Stock Exchange, big close for Friday, 1.18%. 115 points from the 114 points in the previous trade. All right, let's discuss what's playing out in the Nairobi Stock Exchange and also the oil markets. Let's talk to Wachira Karuki, he's a CEO, African Diaspora Asset Management, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Very happy to be here, Ladi. It's always a pleasure to be on Channels TV.
Fantastic. So before we get to the Nairobi Stock Exchange, the market, we see the oil market. I want to get your perspective on how oil traders are playing the market today. We've seen prices down over 4%, to start the week. Do you think traders are overreacting here in the oil market?
I think the market is just reacting to the information that came out over the weekend. I think this particular drop is driven by speculation. We opened the market in a serious gap of close to 100 pips. Market opened at a price of around $68.47 per barrel, which is over 200 pips, 300 pips away from the open. We have never had such a serious drop in the price of oil, so we think this is driven by speculation, and I think this is more politics. And of course, people are just trying to hedge their fears and cover their bases, so to speak. All right, so that happens. It's purely driven by speculation, not fundamentals, and this happens in a trading commodity market. So I really hope traders were holding shorts because there's a very huge gap, as we call it. It's very unusual, and it's crazy huge, right? So some countries' currencies have, of course, dropped because of that. Any petrodollar currency was affected quite a bit. As you can imagine, it dropped quite heavily. But I think it will recover during the week. I think this is a Monday thing. These are positions that were held on Friday that are now opening on Monday in a very huge gap. So we think we'll recover, but we're observing to the market because of it dropped. It has stabilized and not dropped again. It's just ranged, as we call it. So let's see whether it's going to rebound or continue dropping. It's a wait-and-see approach. But if you're not in the oil market, I strongly advise you that trader not to enter the market. If you are, then hold your position and let's see how it goes.
So is it safe to just start the week off on a short trade for the oil market? Is it better to come in and just short the market this week?
Yeah, good question. I think you should have a short bias. Case in point, personally, I took a few positions in the morning regarding oil on a short trade, but I don't think it's a very sustainable long trade. I think it's going to recover at some point. But yeah, you should have a bias that the market is a sell. You should definitely not be buying. Don't go against the trend. But wait and see. Today is Monday. There are 5 days in the week. Anything can happen. That kind of a drop. There's also a rationale we have in markets where markets tend to recover and cover the gap, right? So we need to be careful and observe how it's going. I took my short, it was a very short sell. I entered, the market dropped. I closed that in about 40, 50 pips. Market is still sell. In the last 4 hours, it has dropped over 100 pips. So yeah, a sell is a good bet. Sometimes I tell you what to do and what not to do. It may not continue dropping, but it should not be holding a buy. So let's see how it is going to go, especially at night, especially now when US market opens in 35 minutes time. We expect the US market to shake things up quite a bit. I mean, it's a Monday, market just opened, the New York Stock Exchange just opened and the commodity exchange. Let's see how they treat the market on this information.
All right, let's pivot now to the Nairobi Stock Exchange. We see trading, last week, I don't think it was looking too bad, but for the Friday close, it was a big jump to close on Friday. What do you think drove sentiment, and was it a positive week in total for the Nairobi Stock Exchange?
Right, Ladi. The Nairobi Stock Exchange is doing fantastic. We have some sectors doing better than others. The materials sector and production is also doing pretty well. Materials, industries, telecoms, energy, and utilities. Each of these had at least a 1.5% growth so far in the last 7 days. So we are seeing a lot of expectation and a lot of boom, so to speak. I suspect this is because we are ending one quarter and starting another quarter. That means a lot of purchasing orders that are being done, trying to protect their production value and the capacity, and to assure themselves that they're going to have enough materials to produce in the next quarter. So materials industries, telecoms, energy, and utilities are doing pretty well. Real estate and healthcare are not doing very well. Financials, healthcare, and industries are not doing very well at all. What is doing significantly negative is anything that is up, especially on consumer staples and what we call consumer discretionary kind of shares. Those ones are doing pretty badly. Otherwise, by and large, the stock exchange in Nairobi is doing very, very well. We expectant in this new quarter. This is the last week this is the first week of October, which is the first month of the quarter in Q4. So I think nothing much is going to change. I think we may not necessarily drop, but we're going to just keep holding steady and slight growth month on month until we finish the year. Bloody.
Thank you so much. We'll see how it plays out for the Nairobi Stock Exchange this week. Thank you, Wachira Keruki, CEO, African Diaspora Asset Management.
That's always a pleasure, Ladi. It's always a pleasure to your channel. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's get a check on what's playing out in the U.S. Markets now. We'll see. So for the futures, the Dow Jones Industrial Average futures starting off at a back foot, 0.61%, down 42,114 points, 0.03 marginal drop there for the S&P futures. But we see the tech-heavy Nasdaq there fully on the green, 0.56%, 18,518 points. And we see, weekend airstrikes by Israel against Iran did not target oil and nuclear facilities, but we see all of that, playing into most of the trading, even for the stocks. Let's get a check on what's happening with Asia now. We see Asia closed majorly in the green. The Nikkei, 1.82%, closed 38,605 points. The Kospi, a big 1.13%. Marginal gain for the Hang Seng Index at 20,599 points, 0.04%. That's the marginal gain there. For all the markets we track in the area, Shanghai Composite 0.68%. So it's a green on the screen with markets that we track in Asia, with the Topics Index climbing supported by a weak yen and political uncertainty as the ruling LDP is getting a majority in parliament. So, but it's a big move, and for Asia, closing in the green, even with all the issues with geopolitics that we're seeing in most of these markets, was able to sustain that green movement. But for the U.S. markets, we saw some kind of change there when it comes to the tech-heavy Nasdaq. That was able to maintain, strongly in the green.